Alright, I shouldn't have answered that. I have a bad habit of answering my mom every time she calls. I need to not do that anymore. She was gonna come. I thought she was already here. She was gonna bring me Burger King food. But also, she's gonna bring me a crowbar that I need, and I'll talk about that later. So what was I talking about? God, I shouldn't have done that. Because now I have to splice this fucking thing together with iApple, iTunes, or iMovie. iMovie never works. I never got iMovie to work. So now I have to figure out how to work it, and it's not going to work. I might have to just upload the first version or something. Or maybe them together. I don't know. Anyway, I have an iPhone 10. And the battery life is starting to really suck on this. Anyway, yeah. So I bought this. Yeah, I answered my phone because I thought she was gonna come, and she was just calling to say she's gonna be later. But I thought she was gonna be like, "I'm already here." But then in that case, she could have just honked her horn because she's. Anyway, so yeah, I bought this I bought a hamster, and I'll show it later. But a hamster, bunch of ribs, so I can use that as my floor. And then the hamster probably won't, because it's just big enough for hamster. Won't bring in stuff to cover up the floor. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. If he does, that'll be interesting. Then they're really smart, and he's just doing up his house, and that'll be really cool. My Tigger did that when he made a hole. But yeah, you can watch under the hamster as he travels through his whole maze. And on top of the maze is where his house is. And he has two types of houses. He has a house, a two-decker house with a front garage and a little area, and then a two level, and then a slide that comes down, and that's connected to another house that has a porch. And then on top of the house with the slide, I'm gonna put a tower you can climb up, and then a little tower house on top of it. And then I got a playground with all the toys and stuff that I'm gonna fill up with sand. And then I got a bunch of toys, and I got a bunch of the level stuff. And I got a hammock chair that looks just like my hammock chair. One of those little dangling hammock chairs, self-supporting. And so he can come up on the corner, front left corner, because that's like right above my shoulder on my couch, like right here where I'm sitting. So he can hang out on his hammock chair, like hang out with me. And on the other side, he can also hang out in his mushroom hide, his little porcelain mushroom hide. So because he has a network also, just like the ferret, to get from one side where the tegu is all the way up to the other side of the apartment to his secondary cage. On the ceiling, and on the ceiling he has a lookout, and he can look through. So the hamster's a free roaming hamster that's hermetically sealed from all the other animals, so he can be one of the family and not worry about getting eaten by anything. And so hopefully the birds will be able to stay away from the ferret. But I'll get 2 parakeets. I was thinking about getting an owl because somebody was selling them online for $280. It's like, what? Little itty bitty owl. But I want to try to get the smallest animals I can get, because my house will seem the biggest to them. And even though the owl's small, it's still like twice the size of a parakeet. So I want to get a parakeet. And that's why I wanted to get a hamster. And I have a bunch of tiny little animals, but so anyway, yeah. So I've been setting up my house. So I have 11 Tupperwares across the top of my counters that all have heaters. They have 6 heaters under, 18-inch long heaters. Aquarium heaters that are adjustable, that I keep I fill them all up with bird seed or bird feed, chicken feed, and cartons and dubia roaches. So they're all gonna just I open up all the time and see like where the right size dubia roaches are, and just dump them in. All my animals that could eat them, that would eat that appropriate size. Like the big dubia roaches are too big for my tegu, who's like acting crazy now. Because like you should handle a tegu every day, but I haven't had the time. is if you let too many days go by handling a baby tegu, like they get crazier, and this thing's going nuts. Maybe it's because it's hungry, I don't know, but I threw a bunch of doobie roaches in, and then they dug under, but I gave him his little meat dumplings, and he's not eating them. But he's like huffing, and now he's like just running and jumping, like he wants to get out. And maybe even, he hasn't bitten me yet, but he's looking like he's tried to bite me once. So once I have the time, hopefully maybe today, I'm gonna take, what I've been doing so far is I take the tree out, and and I let the fake vine plants out, so he can't get out. And luckily it's 18 inches deep, because he tries to get out. He tries to climb up and get out. And then I have him cornered. And then I just poke at him and prod him and chase him all around where he has nowhere to hide, until he gets tired after like a minute, not that long, 2 minutes, couple minutes, 5 minutes. And then he lets you pet him, and then you pet him, and then he just sits there and he's like, all right, whatever, it's petting me. And then you pet him, and then you can like, if you put your hand in front of him, he can climb up my hand. But you don't want to let him do that too much, because then he tries to use your hand to get out. But you can like even pick him up, and that's what I want to try to do, is be able to just grab him and pick him up, because I need to be able to transport him from my little cage to my big cage when he's too big for the little one, and I don't want to be able to pick him up because he's like biting me. I'm like, you're too big for there, let me get you out. I mean, if worst comes to worst, I could just take the whole cage and just dump him in. But then how am I gonna, and then I could let that tegu come out whenever it wants to, just by opening the door and putting my hand in and taming him that way. But in my big fireplace, I can't like grab him. Like if he wants to hide in the hide, I can't. I'd have to get my knees in the sand and get all the way in there. And I don't know if I want to get. And then I couldn't escape if he wants to like bite my face or something. So anyway, I'm kind of not gonna have the money for any more animals. I spent my tax money on my animals and both of my credit cards, but they're not maxed out yet. They're close, but they're not. So I was still able to buy, because I'm on no price, no object renovation. That's how I operate. I operate best that way. Or everybody does, like, especially like cities do when they build things. They'll build the highway and the tunnel all at once. So yeah, I just everything I can think of. This morning I bought also stuff. The other reason that I'm doing that is because you might not think of it, and then you'll need it, and you'll be like, oh shit, I wish I thought of that earlier. So I bought 2 door seals, because like my roommate, I don't think, oh man, I should have bought more. My roommate's door, my door don't have seals. Like there's that much space between them and the floor. And I have like, my entire room is covered on the floor with neon green shag rug that I'm going to use for my green screen, so I can green screen my floor. But so I don't want mites and all kinds of bugs, because I'm gonna have like 100 plants and like 25 animals in here. I don't want forest animals infesting my shag rug, because I have asthma, really bad asthma, and I don't want to get sick. So I want to like try to seal off my room, because my room's right next to all that, as much as I can in my roommate's room too, and then I think the bathroom also maybe. So maybe I'll buy another one for the bathroom door. But and then I also, a few months ago, I bought like all the costumes I could find, historical costumes I could find on Amazon. So I have like a half dozen different costumes. I didn't get the woman costumes. I don't think so. I didn't get any girl costumes, but all the guy costumes that I could wear, and I'm gonna put on my dummy. I got Roman Emperor, Roman Gladiator, armed gladiator, non-armed gladiator, to peasant tunic, the other emperor outfit, Jesus. Yeah, that's all I can think of now. But and I have a gazillion wigs and stuff from before, but I had them in a bag, so I took them out of the bag for the first time yesterday, and I hung them. But then next to where I hung them, I saw these leather pants that I'd wear once I get skinny enough to wear them. I have two types of leather pants, really cool. But there was a layer of dust on top of the leather pants. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want dust to get on this really fine silk outfits. It'll ruin it. And you can't really wash those because they're cheap. They're only like 15, 20 bucks. And they look fucking perfect. Like you could do a Hollywood movie in them, but the downside is that they're just stapled together. They're like flimsy as shit. So I don't want to ever have to wash them. So just keep them stored. So I ordered bags, 36-inch long, protective bags. I'll probably even get mothballs in there. But the other reason I got the bags was because they have all these accessories, and I was like, well, where am I going to put the accessories? I tried to hang them on the hanger, and they'd fall. Well, I need like a hanging drawer, like right behind the outfit, I need everything consolidated in the same place, I don't want to like store it in another part of the room or the house. So I was like, maybe on top of the because I have a drawer on top of my closet. But I want to put other stuff. So I'm like, well, what about like a hanging drawer or something? And I looked it up, and sure enough, yeah, they have hanging drawers made out of the same stuff that I bought the folding drawer that I put under my countertop last month, that you just hang from a pole. And it was like 96 inches across. That's how wide my closet is. And they were selling a pole that's up to 120 inches. So I'm like, well, there you go. I bought the pole and I bought the hanger. And half of the hanger is perfect size for my my closet, so I can have 3 drawers on my closet, 3 drawers deep, and then I can have them all the way across the closet if I want, or at least until my beanbag, because I have a beanbag that I hang in there. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, seeing how that works out, and I might have to get another one. And like everything I've been getting, it's like 35% off and stuff. And then after every month, you get like, they give you your 5% back, so then you give it in a lump sum. Hey, guess what? $200 to buy stuff with. Whoa! I've only experienced that once since I started buying this stuff, but maybe they give you out in 2-month increments. But the next time I get it, I should have a lot. I don't know how much money I've spent on Amazon. I want to get on the site and see if they have that feature. But yeah, I'll be in credit card debt for a couple years now, at least. But I'll be organized and I'll have my shit together, and so I'll be living like really, really, really cheap. Man, my hands are so smelly because like I'm trying to, I live in like a 800 square foot apartment or something, right? And I'm gonna have like 100 different types of plants and like 25 different types of animals in here, and I have a full studio and like 6 bikes and stuff, and so that's like a lot, like 3 TVs, like a lot of space, a lot of exercise equipment. I have a squat rack, bench rack, a bench, a rowing machine, swimming machine, bike riding machine, a whole dumbbell set. Oh shit, low battery, 20% low battery. So it's like, oh my god. Oh, I have a dummy, one of those bob dummy, punch dummies. It's like, so you have to use up every single square inch of your apartment. You can't try to go retro style and have like paintings and pictures on the wall. Everything has to be used. You can't have like artsy stuff around, like candles sitting around, you know, you can't have useless stuff anywhere. So I'm getting rid of all that. And so yeah, you know, it's so yeah, to have everything stacked to the ceiling, like a bed and breakfast, or what are those called? Bed Bath and Beyond stores were, or like an Amazon warehouse probably is. Like, yeah, just like, and then you know what? If you have it all balanced right, it'll look great. It'll look freaking great. And and it'll be cheap because your mind will be balanced, and you know, like I might even be able to grow tomatoes and stuff, like grow food, you know, and all my herbs. Anyway, not have to spend that much money, even if I'm training all the time and gobbling up 5,000 calories a day. Did I kick that? My new gallon trash can stainless steel is bent, and I never noticed that. I hope it wasn't me. I don't recall kicking it. Anyway, my hands smell bad because I'm trying to organize all my cabinets, and I looked in the cabinet, and like my dad, when he bought this place in '93, he lived here for like 8 months. I heard. I don't remember. Maybe it was '98 or '93. I must have been like in college or something. 6 months or 4 months. I don't know. Because I'd never visited here when he was here. I think my brother was living here with him when he was in high school. But and then he went to California for 3 years. But maybe it was him or the person before him, because this was built in 1972, so this existed 21 years before my dad bought it. But there's 24 cans in there that are fused to the ground, and I can't get them out. Canned food's cans of food, and 6 across, 2 deep, and then 2 stacked, and they like burst open, melted, fused to the ground, and it's way in the deep, so I can't reach it. But luckily, my roommate from before, of 8 years, who moved out like 7 months ago. God, every time I do that, I can't touch my hair anymore. Left this like roofer's axe. It's this big heavy axe, and I've been hacking it and hooking it and pulling bits out. And, you know, the ones on the top I can get to if I can reach them. So my mom's bringing me a crowbar, see if I can hook around and reach the ones on the top that are way in deep, and then maybe whack on the pry across the one that on the ground that's fused, that's way in the deep, and then the darkness. But like I hacked into one, and this liquid came out, black liquid, and it smells like really nasty metallic, and I was having to grab these, like, I didn't even really grab them that much. It was from the air. Grab these old cans, disintegrating cans and pieces of can, and throw them in the trash, and now my hands smell like fucking old aluminum can. I mean, aluminum's toxic too. I need to freaking wash my hands. Oh my God. So yeah, so when she comes, I want to get this. I'm wearing a mask, and my head has to get in there and breathe that shit when I'm. Oh my God. I like, but once I get it out, I'm getting. I want to get Tupperware, big ass, like, what was it, 1.5 gallon size Tupperware that you can stack. I found the ones that you can stack on top and just fill all of my cabinets like completely full with Tupperware. So I have like as much supplies as I can, you know, to make my life easy, and just adjust it as time is needed. But right now I'm putting all the different like terrarium, substrate and stuff in there. Yeah. So anyways, I'm at low battery, and I've been talking for like a half hour, but it's been 11 days. So I don't know if I probably won't do a video tomorrow, because tomorrow's a hectic day. Tomorrow's like the last big day of like getting stuff, and then it'll allow me to get a bunch of balls rolling once I get it, you know. So it'll be fine. Like I got extra things, you know, that I need to top off, like these little connector clamps that I needed for my standing shelf and my wall shelf. And anyway, so different things. So day after tomorrow, or maybe day after tomorrow, I want to do a video when everything's good, and I'll do it to her. That'll be the next one. Let's keep this one under 20 minutes. Hopefully that iMovie will help edit as well. Alrighty, talk to you later, tomorrow, or day after tomorrow.